What drives me? You mean like motivational or what? What drives me is, okay, you have to understand my history, okay? I have been playing mobile games for like 10 years, man. So I started back in Brothers in Arms, which came out in 2009. And it was out for the iPod Touch second generation. So I was playing on the second generation iPod. And after that, I got to the 6 on the leaderboard. And I really enjoyed the competition. But then the game came out called Modern Combat 1, which is Sandstorm. It was out for a while. I started playing it. I didn't really enjoy it because it was kind of broken. I really enjoyed the comp. So the second Modern Combat came out was in 2011. And it was a hell of a grind. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of people that try hards. So it was really interesting. You know, people were using thumbs. They weren't using like 4 fingers or 5 fingers. Everybody was using thumbs. Oh, my Kindle Fire. Bro, Brothers in Arms. They had like 3 versions of Brothers in Arms. So there is the OG version. And then the second version, Brothers in Arms 2. But yeah, like we're not going to get off topic. But yeah, that kind of motivated me as when I was pretty young. I was like, yo, this is pretty dope. And then Modern Combat 3 came out. I created a clan called SXE. And it was pretty lit. That was weird. And yeah, I made a clan. It was great. It was successful, but then it kind of like the game died out and we kind of fell apart after that. But then after that, I was like, yo, Modern Combat 3 was back in 2013 or something. And I was like, you know what? I want to make a YouTube channel. And I started uploading videos and it got me motivated. People started to comment things, and like the very first time I got my comment was when I uploaded a video like about Modern Combat 3, and I really enjoyed it. The support, like that kind of pushed me. Like a lot of people were supporting me on this stuff. They were like, yo, you should upload this video and this gameplay, all that kind of stuff. And so I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I like this. And so just a little bit of push, that those comments that gave me, they pushed me to my like self. Like I was like, oh, if nobody ever commented on my video, I would have not played video games or something. But people were commenting on my videos, subscribing to the channel, and I was like, bro, people like this stuff. So I kept doing it for fun. And that's basically the history, man. And then after that, content started to pop up. I started to play games that are growing, and I was like, yo, this is great. The community is amazing. And there was a lot of things that I've noticed over the years, is the fact that the reason why a lot of people play mobile games is because, first of all, I mean, they enjoy it, right? They enjoy playing mobile games. The second thing is because they can't really play Xbox or computer games, which makes sense, right? And I was in that same boat. My parents were really, really religious, and they were like, yo, we cannot let you play video games. Until I got the iPod Touch, and I was like, yo, this is sick. You know? And I started playing mobile games. And because they were really heavily forcing me, and they were like, yo, you cannot play shooting games. You cannot play this. You cannot play on this or that. You cannot, you know? And you know how guys are. Guys are like, yo, if someone tells me no, I kind of want to go and do the opposite of what they tell me. I think we just saw that guy. He was right behind him. Oh, no, it's a dead body. But yeah, if someone tells you like, no, you cannot do this, you want to do the opposite. So yeah, it's that's basically another thing, is that my parents were really heavily against it until they eventually realized that I really like playing video games and I like making content, and they were like, you know what, we support you. They decided, you know what, this is what he likes to do, we're gonna support him. Mission accomplished. Yeah, that's basically it. That's my story. I want to be a YouTuber, but my parents tell me to be a cop. I don't know, but I love watching YouTube. Watching YouTube. Bro, do whatever you feel like doing. Like, if you have a passion for gaming or you have a passion for something else, do it, man.
It's not over yet. Ready up.
Yeah, being forced isn't the wave, man. See, my parents were against me playing video games and against getting Xbox and PlayStation. You know, when all my friends had Xbox and PlayStation, I would sneak out just to go to my friend's place to play video games. But eventually, once I realized, like, at the age of like 13 or 14, I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. You know what? Hang on. I'm in a really sticky situation. We got one guy back there. We got one guy top grannies. Okay, we got that guy out of there. Okay, so top grannies is what we're going to focus on right now. But yeah, hearing people's stories is actually really interesting. When you hear people talk about like, oh, you know, this is my experience, you're like, oh wow, like you start to understand like what they went through. So it's really interesting to hear there's people's stories. Is there ever really a point in life when you can't game? Exactly, like at the age of 13, I was so bored, I got on my bike and traveled like 13 miles by myself. And, you know, of course, you know, my parents were really, really pissed off, but it was so boring. I got myself in a lot of trouble. Don't do what I did. Well, gaming is a way to get away from, like, hanging out with bad friends. That's number one. I had a lot of bad friends, but good thing that I realized, yo, you know what? These people I should not be hanging with, you know? So I'm glad I got, like, away from them. There's a lot of people that are going to be like, yo, let's hang out, do stuff, so just avoid that. But my point is, video game is a way to get away from all that. So it's always good to have some addiction to video games, because if you don't have any like addiction to video games, who knows what you're gonna be doing, you know? It's a good way to, video games is a good way to get you off, you know? Escape you from the reality of something.